Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peel back the layers of corporate jargon to reveal the real story. And today we're digging into Acme United Corporation's latest report, where they're dropping some financial news that might just make you raise an eyebrow or two, maybe even three. We're talking about their quarterly earnings and what it means for the business. And if you love getting straight insights, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below to keep the conversation going. So Acme United Corporation, a company we've seen before, is filing its current report, essentially a regular check-in with the Securities and Exchange Commission. But what's really interesting is the date reported July 23, 2020, 2025. This tells us they're giving us an update on their financial condition and how they're doing. The meat of this filing for us as investors and curious onlookers is the section detailing their results of operations and financial condition. Now, on June 3rd, they released a press announcing their financial results for the quarter ending June 30th of 2025. This is a snapshot of the company's performance during those 3 months, and it's our first hint at what the numbers might show. The key here is that this report itself isn't the financial report, but it references a press release that contains those details. Think of it like this. The SEC filing is the official stamp saying, yes, they put out their results. And here's the document referencing it. The actual juicy financial numbers are within that accompanying press release, which makes our job a little bit like detective work, trying to find that direct source. But that's what we're here for, to decode it for you. Now, before we even get into the operational numbers, let's look at how the company is structured and traded. Acme United Corporation's common stock is listed on the NYSE American. Under the ticker symbol per share is a technicality more than anything for the average investors. Per share is a technicality more than anything for the average investor, but it's part of how they're legally structured. And that last little exhibit number 104, the cover page interactive data file, is basically a digital tag that makes all this information searchable and easier for computers and us to process. It's like a digital librarian making sure everything is in its right place. Now let's get to the heart of it, the actual financial picture. The filing points to a press release announcing their results for the quarter ended June 30, 2025. While this report doesn't contain the detailed tables themselves, it confirms that the company has indeed put out those figures. If we imagine we're looking at that press release, we'd be hunting for key performance indicators. We would be comparing revenue growth or perhaps contraction year over year. We would be looking at profit margins, how much of the revenue stays as profit after all expenses. We'd also be scanning earnings per share, a very common metric that tells you how much profit is attributable to each share of stock. Companies often use these quarterly reports to signal their health and their future outlook. A strong revenue growth could mean they are gaining market share or that their products are in high demand. On the flip side, a decline in revenue might suggest increased competition or a slowdown in their industry. Profit margins are crucial too, because a company can grow its sales, but if its costs are growing faster, its profits can shrink or even disappear. Earnings per share is a direct indicator for shareholders of how much they are theoretically earning on their investment. In the context of Acme United Corporation, a company known for its tools and equipment, it's important to think about the broader economic environment when these numbers come out. Are consumers and businesses spending on new equipment? Is the housing market strong, potentially driving demand for construction tools? Is there a global supply chain issues affecting their manufacturing or distribution? These external factors can significantly impact the numbers reported. We'd be looking to see if Acme United is outperforming its peers in similar industries or if it's lagging behind. Are they innovating? Are they expanding into new markets or consolidating their position in existing ones? These are the stories the numbers might tell. For instance, if they reported a 10% drop in revenue, it might mean they've lost about 1 out of every 10 customers, or that each customer is buying 10% less. If their profits are down, but their revenue is up, it could signal that the cost of raw materials has skyrocketed, or that they've had to offer deep discounts to maintain sales volume. Conversely, if they've managed to grow both revenue and profits, that's a strong sign of efficient operations and healthy demand. We'd also want to see their cash flow statements to understand how much actual cash the company is generating, and if they have enough to cover their debts, invest in new projects and potentially return capital to shareholders through dividends or stock buybacks. The balance sheet would tell us about their assets, what they own, and their liabilities, what they owe, giving us a picture of their overall financial stability. And the report is signed off by key leadership like Walter C. Johnson, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Paul G. Driscoll, Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. These signatures are more than just names. They represent the accountability of management for the information presented. Their roles mean they are the ones responsible for the company's performance and for ensuring these reports are accurate. So looking at Acme United Corporation's filing from July 2025, it's about understanding the narrative woven by their financial results for the quarter ending June 30th. Are they signalling growth, resilience, or perhaps challenges ahead? Without the direct figures from the press release, we're left to infer the significance of the filing itself, which is to confirm that these financial updates are being provided. Now, the overall direction for Acme United Corporation can be assessed by digging deeper into those press release numbers, typically found within these 8K filings. If revenue is consistently growing and profit margins are stable or expanding, the company is likely on a solid footing. This suggests effective management of costs and strong demand for their products. A key risk for a company like Acme United could be economic downturns, which often lead to reduced spending on tools and equipment. Another risk might be increased competition from both established players and newer entrants, potentially impacting market share and pricing power. Opportunities could lie in expanding their product lines, entering new geographic markets, or through strategic acquisitions that broaden their reach or capabilities. In conclusion, this filing signifies a routine but important update from Acme United Corporation, confirming the release of their latest quarterly financial performance. The true insight comes from dissecting the numbers within that referenced press release, looking for trends in revenue, profitability, and cash flow to truly gauge the health and direction of the company. We will need to await the detailed press release to provide a deeper analysis of their financial standing and strategic positioning. Alright, that's our initial decode of this SEC filing. What are your thoughts on companies releasing their results through press releases versus direct filing? Do you think it affects how investors perceive the information? Drop your insights in the comments below. If this deep dive was valuable, hitting that like button truly helps us out, and subscribe for more corporate unraveling. Don't forget to join our growing community on Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.